Welcome to the Sportz Phenz Show. The show where, just like you, we can't get enough sports.
The 47-year wait is over! And the Nuggets win it! Wilson throwing, it's up for grabs, and it's caught for the touchdown!
And the Denver Broncos have taken Super Bowl 50.
And the Avalanche are 2022 Stanley Cup champions! And a shot into the back of the net for Diego Rubio!
Now here's your hosts, Arthur Knight and Larry Perkins.
1-0 Rapids. They are champions.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to the Sportz Phenz Show. I am one of your hosts, Arthur Knight, and with me, as always, is Mr. LP Larry Perkins.
How you doing, bro? Welcome back.
Yes, sir. I'm back from vacation, and we are live from Sohai Cafe at 4300 West Alameda Avenue in Denver. Come by and say what's up to Vinny. Tell him the Sportz Phenz sent you. Sohai is featuring Viper Pit Barbecue. Come on, get some ribs. Get some. I just saw he's out there smoking some ribs as we speak. He's got some wings out there. Just made some fresh homemade mac and cheese. Come on by, 4300 West Alameda. Tell Vinny that the Sportz Phenz sent you. All right, man. So I'm back from vacation. There was a lot of sports going on the past week. I didn't miss a minute of it. I still was watching sports from the beach. So you think I'm joking? I'm not even joking. Like, I was still watching.
I
mean, you can kind of still see my tan a little bit.
I didn't need the vision.
I was watching, the Olympics. I was watching all kinds of stuff while lounging on the beach in San Diego. So, but I am back here in Denver, and the Olympics is getting a little spicy, man. There's been some upsets, some craziness. We're gonna get into it. Sha'Carri got upset.
Controversies.
Some controversies in boxing. We also have a new game coming up called Can I Stump Larry, where we're going to get you guys involved. We're going to get you guys involved coming up. In the coming weeks, I'm going to set up an email that you can send me player names, and we'll see if we can stump Larry on his general knowledge of old school or old head basketball players.
Basketball.
Of round ball. All right, but first things first, man.
Now we're talking.
The first things first, my guy. Let's talk about the Olympic medals, man. Like, the United States was far and away, and still is far and away. I think we're pretty much about 30, give or take, medals over the entire world.
Right.
But we literally, as of today, that I checked, I didn't check yesterday. I'm not sure if this medal count was updated yesterday, but as of today, as of right now, the United States is tied in gold medals with China. We've been trailing the whole Olympics up until today.
Right.
And I think that's an incredible feat. Now, not only on top of that, the United States has 71 overall medals. And China's is second and not even close with 45.
To answer your question, it's updated. It's updated.
Yeah.
So they have 71.
Yeah. So that's just, and I believe that the men's. We were just sitting here while we were doing pre-show watching the men's 100 as well. So I think the United States or the USA just got that's what put them over the top with the gold medal.
Right.
But anyways, I thought that was pretty cool. So the United States, we're at 19 gold medals, 26 silver, and 26 bronze for a total bronze. Excuse me, not LeBron. For bronze. He does live rent free in my brain sometimes, my guy. I'm not even gonna front. It's not that I hate him. It's kind of like with Kobe. I don't hate him. I respect him, but it's like I don't like him.
Yeah. It's weird because I remember years ago. I mean, you used to get on Kobe. You used to get on him hard about his selfishness.
Yep.
I remember now.
Yeah, but I still respect his game.
Yeah.
I still respected his game even then. I respect his game now. But anyways, back to the Olympic Games. So We're at 71. China's nipping at our heels with 19 gold, 15 nipping at our heels. They're like 30 medals behind. But anyway, 15 silver, 3 bronze for a total of 45. And then France, the home country hosting the entire show, is at 12 gold medals, 14 silver, and 18 bronze for a total of 44. So they could actually catch China in the all-around medals. I do not think they're going to catch China or the United States with gold.
No.
I don't think anybody's going to do that. And then you've got Australia, Great Britain, and Korea all rounding up, 4th, 5th, and 6th, with Japan, Italy, Netherlands, and Germany rounding out the top 10 in the world out of, 61 countries listed that are participating. So that's pretty damn good that the United States is pretty much killing it, man. They're killing it in the Olympics. The come back from behind with the gold medals, and yet the men's and women's basketball teams still haven't gone to their medal rounds. There's still a lot left to be done, not just basketball, but in general. There's still a lot of Olympics left. There's still like volleyball. There's still I think it's just beach volleyball though, right? Like team volleyball's already done.
Right.
But still, there's still a lot more games to be played. So let's hope the United States comes out on top. Speaking of the United States coming out on top, the United States men's basketball team beat Puerto Rico. I don't want to say pretty handily, even though the score kind of says that. Puerto Rico kind of put on a show, man. They put on a fight. What's his name? Alvarez? Is it Alvarez? No, it's Alvarez.
Alvarez.
Yeah. So that dude showed why he's in the NBA for sure. Because the USA men's team had no answer for him, like at all. But I mean, just for him in specific, they had an answer for everyone else, right? So that's why Puerto Rico lost. Yeah. But they didn't really have an answer for him. But they did beat Puerto Rico by 21 points, right? Give or take.
I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't see that game. I seen the one before with Sudan, but I didn't really check out the point because
Sudan kind of challenged them too, though.
Well, the thing is, everybody kind of lost interest because everybody was like, "Man, Puerto Rico, they're gonna get killed." It's like it's not by how many. I mean, it's not how they're gonna get beat. It's how many points they're gonna get beat by. And they kept it a game all the way through three quarters of play. Yeah, that's what I heard.
It wasn't until the fourth quarter when the USA men's team just kind of pulled away and didn't look back. But it was a good game, man. It was a good game for what it was. Puerto Rico did put up a good fight. I don't want anybody to try to take anything away from Puerto Rico. They did put up a good fight against a team that is just superior in every way to them. It seemed like KD couldn't miss.
He finished with 11.
Anthony Edwards, couldn't be stopped. And then all the supporting cast just played perfectly around the two that were playing the brightest in that game.
Right. I was looking at a little bits of little snippets, and the guy from Boston, White, he had a pretty good game. He was just everywhere.
And there was people that were up in arms about him being added to the team and not the MVP from Boston.
Oh, he was everywhere.
But they didn't need more offense when they made that Derek White choice. They needed defense on this team because Anthony Edwards is probably about the only superstar on that team that actually can play on-ball defense.
The reason why they're making a big deal about the whole Jaylen Brown situation is because he was the actual NBA Finals MVP.
Right,
that's the only reason.
I get it, but he's not known for his defensive prowess, though. I mean, he does play good on-ball defense,
right?
But Derek White is their guy that they put on the best scorer. That's how they won the championship, right? Yeah. It wasn't just, I think it was Derek White, a mixture between him and a couple of other guys that actually were able to slow down Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? Now it's not just that Derek White is bigger than Kyrie Irving, because we've seen Kyrie smoke guys bigger than him all the time.
I know.
It's just that Derek White is a great on-ball defender. He just is. He's not great at anything else by any stretch of the imagination. But he is great at that. He is great at being an on-ball defender. I would trust him if he was on the Nuggets team, as I would trust KCP to guard your best player and completely take them out of the game and make you beat us another way. Because that's exactly how Boston utilizes him. That's how he's been utilized with the USA men's team. And he kind of showed his whole ace in the game the other day.
Yeah, man, I was just looking at that backcourt.
He's a hustle player, man. He's a hustle. He's an energy guy. And JB would have been great on this team, and he did get snubbed. I'm not going to front. He did get snubbed. But the fact of the matter is that they didn't need more scoring on this team. This team has nothing but scorers. KD's not going to play no defense, not any on-ball defense.
No.
LeBron will play a little bit of team defense, but he's not going to play on-ball and shut down your best guy. He'll have flashes here and there where he plays good, but
like as I can see, far as like Team USA, the only person that's given like interior defense is Anthony Davis.
I agree. I was just about to say that he has been playing really well.
I'm very surprised that Bam. The thing is, I already knew MVP.
Bam. I didn't know he had that kind of game,
man.
Like he did this move. He did this move against Puerto Rico. Now, granted, it was against like 3 guards, but still, he did this move, man, where he did a head fake, like as he was running full speed, down the middle, down the lane. And then he did this head fake Euro step under 2 dudes and then bammed it.
Right.
I was like, I didn't know Bam Adebayo had that game. Like, how come he doesn't do that? If he played like that against the Nuggets 2 years ago, the Nuggets might not. I mean, they probably win the series still, but it at least goes to 6 or 7 games. Like,
yeah,
if he plays like that,
we got to check the injury report after that.
Yeah.
I know he probably hurt something.
Man, but he played great in that game. The team played great. Their next game is Tuesday. It looks like August 6th versus Brazil. That's going to be another tough game.
It's going to be. You know why it's going to be tough?
Why?
Because the Brazil is leading the tournament in rebounding.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, we was talking about,
and they're not even that big. But they're leading the whole tournament in rebounding. They have specific ways to go after the rack or go after the board.
Right.
And
so it's gonna be a good test. But I'm thinking, US is gonna be up for it. I mean, like I was off the camera, I was telling Arthur that I'm kind of like backtracking now. Because I kind of was like very critical about the formation of the roster for Team USA. But
I like what Steve Kerr's doing though with the roster that he has. Like in every game, it's a different group of starters. The only person I read this morning when I was doing a bit of research for our rundown. I did read this morning. There's only one player on the USA men's team that has actually played in every game. Do you know who that is?
The player that played for
in every game this year in this tournament, there's only one player that has been a starter in every game.
LeBron James?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
Nope. It's Booker. Devin Booker has actually started every single game, either at the 2 or the 3 spot every single game.
Well, me personally, Halliburton, Booker, Steph, they're going to have to step up, man. They're going to have to be consistent with them threes. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they've been pretty consistent. I mean, it seems like it takes the U.S. men's team to warm up to the fact that they have to play hard for all 4 quarters against the world. For some reason, to me, just by the eye test, it feels like, or it seems like, this team is like that team before the redemption team, right? They assumed in their minds, they're assuming that the world is just going to lay down and give them the gold medal. because of the Dream Team. They're trying to ride the coattails of the Dream Team.
Happy to be here, excited.
And just random clips coming at y'all. But anyway, so they have this mindset for some reason that the world is just going to allow them to just steamroll them and just hand them the gold medal. That's not the case. The world has kind of caught up to this game. This is a world's game as it would be world football. It's slowly, in my opinion, getting bigger. We've had this debate several times.
It is.
But it is slowly getting bigger. It used to be baseball. They thought baseball was going to be that USA sport that kind of swept the world and overtook what we call soccer, but world football. That hasn't been the case. Mm-hmm. But basketball is like on the cusp, man. Like some of these basketball games, even the women's basketball games. Yeah. I'll go out on a ledge, hot take, and say women's basketball in the world spectrum or in the world league is actually loved and embraced, as opposed to here in the United States where we kind of shun the WNBA or kind of the media doesn't give it as much. They have lately. I want to give some credit, but to a certain extent, they're not giving the love that some of these women have been playing for decades, and they play just as hard as the men. Just because they don't do the fancy dunking and all of that stuff, these women are very skilled, and the world sees that. Is my point. The world sees that because these arenas. With not just the men's basketball games, and I'm talking about not just the USA team, all the teams. The basketball, the arenas are full. It's loud. You can kind of feel it through the TV if you turn your TV up loud enough.
You want me to tell you why, though?
Why?
Let me tell you why the world accept more for us men's and women's as an equal in comparison, because you have to realize that the women's world, the women's world team, it started before the WNBA started.
Right.
And basically they started on an equal for as like international men and women. It started kind of like on an equal plan for as the WNBA and the NBA.
Right.
It came from the NBA. So that's why people are making more comparisons on like, well, why you guys
but they should still get their props, man. These women put in just as much as the men. They have to travel. Yeah, their season is half the season. But that's because of the fact that they don't have the funding. Right. They don't have the funding that the men's game has. And it hasn't been around long enough. I get that.
Right.
But the fact is that these women should still be getting their respect on the national stage like they do. And I'm not even just saying like you need to go out and start buying jerseys or going to games or whatever, but give the props where props are due.
They got to go get it though.
I think these women have, and we were talking about it before the show about Caitlin Clark and her class of draftees. I think that class is going to bring. It's like the NBA pre-Michael Jordan.
Well,
right now, it's like the NBA pre-Michael Jordan, and I'm not making any comparisons of Caitlin Clark.
I see where you're
or
getting
her
at.
draft.
I see where you're getting at. Far as like the turn of their league.
They're gonna start bringing it to the forefront. And bringing that revenue and putting those butts in the seats. I truly believe that I actually enjoy watching the WNBA.
I'm actually hoping that that's the case because I've been noticing, because I'm really don't watch it, but I'm starting to see more things like fights. I'm not a violent person. I don't.
Well, not even just fight, more fight within them. There's passion.
It's more passion, and that's one thing I love about the men's side. Now the women's side is like they like. Because it was one game with the Fever, I think that's what Caitlin Clark. Yeah, so the opposing coach he's like, hey, we gonna beat her down. I was like, ooh, what I'm saying? That's
like do you remember what that sounds like, right? The Jordan rule.
Yeah, they say we gonna, they just playing.
That was a thing in the 90s, man, especially with the New York Knicks and the Detroit Pistons. That's how they tried to beat the Bulls, is the Jordan rule. If he takes flight, he's hitting the ground. period.
Wow.
They played football on a basketball court against Michael Jordan. But I digress on that. But the fact of the matter is that the women's team is going just as strong as the men's team. They beat Germany, who is no walk in the park, no, lightweights. And they beat them by 20 points, dude, or 19 points. So the U.S. women's team, and I believe they're still undefeated in the quarterfinals and the pool and all of that. They're still running strong. I can't see exactly who they play next. Let me see here. So it's still to be determined because they're still waiting on a game to be finished. But they will be playing on Wednesday against a team to be determined. I am not sure who the two teams that they're waiting for.
I don't know. I probably won't be watching that.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean, man. That's what I mean right there, man. No respect. They get no respect.
I'm probably watching the volleyball.
Oh my goodness, pervert, dude! This dude. I'm just kidding.
Wouldn't that be amazing to just go there as a fan? Olympics, I'm just saying.
It's funny that you say that because in 4 years, I would hope to think that this show kind of has taken off a little bit. And I was going to say that we should probably, depending on where it is, obviously.
It have to be stateside.
Well, why?
Because, man, I just want to stay home, go to the Olympics, root for America.
Sound like
USA,
a little bee right now,
USA,
dude.
Man, come on.
Well, where is it supposed to be in 4 years? The Summer Olympics.
I don't know, Nicaragua. I don't know. I'm just.
He said Nicaragua. This fool. You see what I have to deal with, America? This is what I have to deal with. Not just on this show, but on a daily basis. I have to deal with this. This is what I.
You love conversing with your boy.
I do. I actually do. I'm not hating. I'm just being truthful.
I'm yin, you yang, bro.
I gotta be yang?
I don't know, because you're shorter than me. Camera looks. Look at it.
My chair's sitting lower than you, fool.
I'm yin.
I like to sit comfortable. This fool likes to sit. He has a God complex or something. He wants to sit up high and mighty.
No, I'm just
look down on the minions.
I'm on the guard. I'm just like, hey, I want y'all to see this crescent right here.
Look at me. I am higher than the rest of you. I am better than you. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't have that personality at all.
This guy is ad-libbing like the whole sounds.
According to data,
2028
Summer Olympics, officially the games of the Olympiad
is where now? Uh-oh. Well, there we go. Now what's your excuse? It's in LA. So we can actually go. That's only a 14-hour drive. We don't even have to fly.
July 14th through the 30th.
We could do the show from the Olympics.
I bring Vinny's barbecue.
Yeah, we're going.
They were like, hey,
we're going to have to rent some sort of truck if we're bringing Vinny's barbecue.
So high in SoCal. Oh, man, I can just picture
So high in SoCal. I dig it. I dig it.
So high in SoCal.
Oh, yeah.
You making a brother blush right now.
Speaking of So High, don't forget to come on by So High Cafe. Say what's up to Vinny. Tell him the Sportz Phenz sent you. Get you some ribs. Get you some mac and cheese, some burn-ins, some wings, man. Everything is good. Find him on Facebook, Viper Pit Barbecue. Yes. Don't forget to find us on Facebook. Like us, subscribe on YouTube. Let's make sure that you get the word out about the Sportz Phenz, man. We're doing big things. We're obviously in 4 years we're going to be in LA because I know how to get press passes, so we will actually be able to get inside and as journalists. So look for that in the next 4 years. We're going to head to the Olympics, and that's going to be like a bucket list thing for me.
I mean,
next thing would be like a Super Bowl, or I'd like to go to like the NBA All-Star game as the Sportz Phenz, and do some things. Maybe even the Pro Bowl. Like that would probably be more likely 10 years, we might be able to go to the Super Bowl at 5, 6, 7, sometimes 12,000 a ticket.
Yeah.
You got internet and power. We got it.
That's what's up.
That's right. So
See, that's our boy Vinny. Tell him the Sportz Phenz sent you. Come support my guy. His food is delicious. We eat it every time we come in.
yeah, you have to bring your own ranch, though. You have to. I mean, if I got to, no, I'm just playing. No.
Oh my God, this dude and his ranch on his hot links, I will never understand. You know what else I don't understand? How Sha'Carri Richardson lost the 100 meter.
That hurt my heart.
Oh my God, I was like, girl, run! I'm in.
Man, you all.
I'm all in, dude. I was pissed that she got blackballed from Tokyo, like that, just because she smoked a little weed. Like, how is weed performance enhancing? Like, weed leads to a refrigerator and hot links and ranch. It doesn't lead to a performance enhancing on 100 meter. If anything, she'd hear the gun and be like, "You run, man. I'm just gonna stay here, bro." Like, why would she? I don't understand how she got blackballed from that Olympics, and that might have been her year. This year,
yeah.
This year, she just lost to Julian. I'm hoping that's right. Julian Alfred
from St. Lucian.
Yep.
Yeah, she's
gone. The only person from her country to win a gold medal ever.
Get me, man.
It's
you got to come catch me, man. You can't catch me.
I tell you this, bruh. She had them long strides, my guy. Like, watching her, it looked like she was jogging and everybody else was out there running full speed. Everybody else is pumping, and she out there like,
I can't even. She was looking back.
She's just slow, methodically running.
She was looking back at her. She said, "Sha'Carri,
yeah,
Sha'Carri, you can't catch me now. Come on and get some of this Sha'Carri."
I don't even know if that's the proper accent. But.
Yes, my St. Lucian.
Oh, I know all about that.
You do know about all that, Millard.
Oh my God, y'all! There's something wrong with y'all. But she did win far and away. United States did get silver and bronze in that race. Sha'Carri Richardson gets silver. I was kind of disappointed, but in another 4 years, maybe we'll get to witness her actually win gold.
It's gonna happen. It's just like LA. It brings out stars. So yeah.
Well, and she'll be on her home turf. And I'm not trying to make excuses in any way, shape, or form. I'm really not. But the France people that were running the whole situation, they didn't clean off the track very well. It had been downpouring rain right before they did this race. Now, granted, the playing field was even, so it's not like one person had a wet lane, another person had a completely dry lane. But I just don't feel like the conditions were proper for a proper race. Okay. But they still got second and third, so I'm really not going to try to complain. I was just really rooting for Sha'Carri to win gold.
I was,
I was just heartbroken that she didn't.
I'm still happy she got silver.
I am too. I mean, she's a world record holder and she has a silver medal. It's not like she walked away, with nothing.
Right. She was on the stage.
She was on the stage. She gave it her best effort. I think she came out of the block a little choppish. Like, she didn't come out as smooth as she normally does, and I think that cost her the gold. She was literally 2 steps behind coming out of the block and just could never recover. Now, those 3 that won gold through bronze, though, smoked everybody else. There was like literally a gap between the leading 3 and the rest of the racers or the athletes competing. And then even between Sha'Carri and the other American, what was her name? I want to give her love.
I know.
Oh, man. I knew her name before I thought of it, and then it literally just escaped my...
I have no idea, but
I feel terrible now. Now I feel terrible.
Well, the thing is you can see like how you was explaining like the gap. You know, it was just like
there was just a huge gap between 1, 2, and 3, and then between 1, 2, and 3, there was a big gap between 4 and everyone else.
Right.
Like there was just this big gap between them all, and what's her name? Alfred, man. She smoked them all. She was all business, bruh. Like you could tell, like literally as they were announcing, she was like, hi. She wasn't like, doing all this figure, like the rest of, she was just like, hello. All right, I'm on the block. I'm here to win gold for my country.
Hey, you got to take your hat off. She put it down for the, Caribbean,
She did. Jefferson. All right. Jefferson was the bronze. Thank you, Vinny. That way we give her love, Jefferson. But there was a distance between Alfred, Richardson, and Jefferson, even between first and third, and then between second, third, and fourth and beyond, there was this big, wide, gaping hole. So these 3 women are probably the fastest women, if not probably, they are the fastest women in the world at this very moment.
That's awesome.
And I can't wait to see them again in 4 years. I honestly can't. I
didn't even know that. I think that's pretty awesome. In LA, man.
In LA, and I can't wait to go now. Now we're gonna start planning this trip, y'all. We're gonna head in 4 years. What is that? 2028. The Sportz Phenz will be live from the Olympics in 2028. Mark it down today. What is it? August 4th, 2024, the year of our Lord, some would say. But check this out. Larry brought this story to my attention, and I hadn't read this until, yesterday when he sent it to me.
Attention.
So Olympic medal bonuses. There is a wide discrepancy, like a gaping hole between what some countries pay, and what some of the richest countries in the world, including the U.S.
It's the word of the great Charles Barkley. It's terrible.
It's terrible.
It's terrible, man.
But, I mean, some of the most richest countries in the world pay their gold medalists and stuff the cheapest. So we'll just start at the top. Like China is literally paying their gold medalists $768,000.
That's crazy.
They pay their silver medalists $384,000.
And you said Singapore was the.
Hold on, we'll get there. And then their bronze medalists get $192,000. Singapore is number 2 on the list, and I don't know where Singapore is on the list of wealthy countries, but it doesn't seem like Singapore would be more wealthy than Israel, Spain, France, United States, Japan.
Arthur, it's not about a country's wealth. It's they put into their players. That's how they showed that it doesn't. Look at
No, but it is about wealth. It is to a certain extent about wealth. How can a country like Singapore pay their gold medalists $745,000, but the United States pays $38,000 for the same?
It's really not about you. You just said your own. You just answered your own. United States is more wealthier than Singapore, but Singapore is paying their amateurs more.
No, that is my point. But is Singapore a richer country than we are? So how can they afford?
For us, like GDP, it's like no.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I don't know where they're at on the world stage. I want to make that very clear. I'm not sure how wealthy Singapore is, but I don't want to. Are they wealthier than the United States? I would say no.
Probably not.
Are they wealthier than France? I would say no. Are they wealthier than Spain? I would say no.
But why are they
maybe Israel? Maybe, but not the United States or even South Korea, Japan, France, Spain, all of these places.
Why are they paying them more then?
I don't know. That's when you brought this story to my attention, I was reading it yesterday and I was just like, well, none of this makes sense.
Whoa.
But it's just like, how can they afford to pay $745,000 to their people and the United States Simone Biles is coming back with $38,000.
Because it says in the article, that most countries, they take more stock in their athlete representation.
And I get that, but where are they getting that money? And why isn't the United States, following suit? Why is it that we have the best athletes in the world, and the best athletes in the world are only worth $38,000 for a gold medal? I think the gold medal is worth more than that.
Right.
Like they could probably sell the gold medal and get more than $38,000.
Like I said, and it goes to show you how much the country is putting its value in our amateur athletes representing us.
Now, some would argue, and let me just play devil's advocate here. Some would argue that it's for country. You're not supposed to be paid. It's not supposed to be paid. And they do get endorsements. They get these deals coming out of winning. But not all these players and athletes that don't medal get those deals and stuff, but they're still, have to go out there. They still have to dedicate their life year round, just like everybody else. But yet,
my thing is that, in 4 years prior in Japan, we gave our gold medalists $50,000. My question is, it should be the same or it should be more. It shouldn't be less.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, the Republic of Kazakhstan, I'm not even sure I'm saying that right.
You said it right. You said it right. Give yourself credit.
That nation is definitely, now you can argue till you're blue in the face and try to tell me that they're a wealthier state than we are, but I'll call BS on that. But they're paying their gold medalists $250K.
Mm-hmm.
Their silver medalists $150K, and their bronze medalists, their bronze medalists make more than an American gold medalist. Wrap your head around that for a second. Yeah. I don't understand that. I don't know. I don't know if the fix is the world has to cap how much countries can pay, or if the United States needs to step up their game. I mean, you be the judge. You look it up and you tell me.
Well, there's no doubt about it. They have to. I mean, you just look at prior Olympics. See how much they got paid. I mean, this is like, but it's like one of the lowest, paid.
Bruh, South Korea's silver medalists make almost the exact same amount as a gold medalist in the U.S. You got to make that make sense to me, man. I don't think I'll ever be able to wrap my head around that. And I didn't grasp the nature of this story until we got right before. I read it yesterday, but I didn't really grasp the nature of it, until Larry kind of pointed it out to me pre-show. Like you realize that, at one point in time we were the top payer. Like we were paying the creme de la creme of our athletes, and all of a sudden inflation has gone up in our country, right? And I'm not trying to get political here, but inflation has gone up, but yet the pay for our athletes who represent us in the world, their pay has gone down. And again, like I said, I'll play devil's advocate. I get it that they're there to represent the country. They're there to be an Olympic athlete, and there's a bit of notoriety that comes with that.
I understand.
But I do too. I
understand your rebuttal. I understand your devil advocacy. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, you can't, because of last year they was paid more.
Well, the last 4 years ago.
The last 4 years. Right. I'm sorry. Yeah, the last 4 years.
I got what you meant. I'm sorry. No, you're absolutely. They shouldn't be making less than what they made in Tokyo.
Right.
That's for sure. And I completely agree with that. But check this out. Australia. Australia has the tightest purse strings in the world. Australia pays their gold medalists $13,000. Their gold medalists make $13,000.
Yeah, well, you want me to
Their bronze medalists make $7,000, and Germany pays their bronze medalists only $11,000. So their bronze medalists in Germany still make only $2,000 less than a gold medalist in Australia. The gaps in this, there does need to be some sort of regulation in this, though. I'm not saying you put a cap, like a salary cap on it, but there definitely has to be a floor.
I agree.
Like, there has to be a floor. You don't necessarily have to have a ceiling, but there should be a floor. And the floor should be somewhere at $100,000, especially if you're a wealthy country like Germany, Australia, Japan, United States. I'll call us out on that BS as well. When a country like Malaysia is paying their gold medalists way more than we are, there's something wrong with that. And here's another disparaging thing. Even with Malaysia, they have this huge gap between their gold medalist, silver medalist, and bronze. So their gold medalists make $216K.
Ouch.
Their silver medalists make $65K. That's a severe drop off from everybody else.
Still more.
Israel's like $271K, $216K for their silver. That seems pretty comparable and not too far off. Even if you were at about $200K. For the silver medal, that's still only $71,000 less than the gold medalist, and that would still be reasonable in my humble opinion. But when you go from $216K to $65K, and then their bronze medalists make $22,000, like, what pay scale is that?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna play this devil advocate. You know what I'm saying? I was just thinking, what if these countries, these lower
GPD, I got you.
Yeah. Are doing that to just make these other countries look bad.
And there may be some validity to that. There may be some validity to that, but that's a risk. That's a risk and a gamble, especially seeing as if we go back to the Olympic medal chart, let's see how much. So China is number one, right?
Right.
Getting mixed up between my tabs here. I have too many tabs open.
7.
All right, so Hong Kong's not a country though. Why do they have? I'm just noticing that. So China pays $768,000 for their gold medalist. So multiply that by 19. Silver medalist $384K. You can multiply that by 15. And $192,000 on bronze. You can multiply that by 11. So I don't know. Do you want to do that math? Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I can do some
calculator.
Well, I just want to see because China has 19 gold medals, right? At times 7, 68,000.
Well, while you're counting, I'm gonna.
Bruh, $14,592,000 is what they're going to be paying out in gold medal recipients. That's crazy to me. That is flat out crazy to me. And in comparison, just for contrast, really quick, the United States, same medal account, right? Same medal count in gold, 19, right? We just talked about that at the top of the show.
Right.
But they pay, what did I say it was, $38K?
Yep.
$722,000. $722,000 as opposed to $14.5 million. There is something wrong with that, Larry. That doesn't pass the smell test, bro.
It doesn't. It goes back to what we talked like months and months ago about, Saudi Arabia. You remember these countries? These countries now they're getting into sports and they're throwing their money into it. Far as something in the United States,
they're even pulling people from all over the world. There was like some racers today that I was watching, some track and field, and they were announcing them, and they're like, "Oh, this person's from Southern California, running for Singapore or whatever."
I know, and
it's like, what?
Yeah, that's why I was looking at our team, the USA basketball team, because Embiid is not from here. Bam Adebayo is not from here, but what I'm saying.
Yeah, I bet you they get paid a little bit more than $38,000. Otherwise, they would. Why would they go?
I guarantee you that price is not going to get. We're not going to.
There's no way LeBron James is playing basketball overseas for this amount of time for $38K. I guarantee you.
No.
Michael Jordan didn't get paid, bottom of the barrel prices during that time either. So that's in general, I'm assuming, from this article, that is in general what these countries pay their athletes to compete.
Supposedly, yeah.
So and this is a credible source, ladies and gentlemen. This is CNBC that we're pulling these numbers from. So we're not just pulling these numbers out of our backside. This is CNBC. These are actual numbers that come from the Olympic board or whatever they're called. This is actually what these countries are paying their athletes to compete in the Olympics. And I've always known that the Olympics is a for pay. Business, but
it's about the principles, Smokey.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not
principalities.
It's about the principles. You know what I'm saying? You got to stand on yours, and you have to pay these players more. At least like, hey, I'm not gonna let China outpay. For our, I'm not gonna.
$14.5 million for 19 gold medals. They're creating millionaires in their country for competing on a world stage and winning.
And it's by design.
It is by design.
It is by design.
And we're over here giving our athletes peanuts because to us it's not really, being an athlete is only gets you so far and notoriety. Yeah. But speaking of standing your ground, let's talk about this Italian boxer that everybody seems to think was a man, and there's some reports that she failed the gender test. I didn't even know there was a gender test. How do you test the gender?
I do not know.
I mean, is it Y chromosome versus X chromosome? Is that what they do? Like, I don't understand how that process works. If anybody does know, please let us know in the chat. But I don't know how you do a test for gender. I do know this woman. I
guess the IOC, no, but
I do know this woman is a giant woman, and she punched that young lady in the face, and that young lady started crying, and she was like, "Nope, I give up."
She fell back into the corner and took a knee.
Yeah, she was like, "I'm good."
She said, "No." That's what she.
And I'm not trying to make light. I'm not trying to make.
That's what she wanted. She wanted. I want Super Mario, Luigi.
But I'm saying though, she could have at least finished the fight, man. Like, there's been since the dawn of boxing time. There's always been a David and Goliath type situation. It is rare in boxing or in MMA for that matter for the two fighters to be exactly 6'1", exactly 242 pounds with an exact 71-inch reach. Like that never happens. It is always there's David, there's a Goliath.
Right.
And she was David, and she got hit in the face with her own slingshot.
That is disrespectful. So you telling me Angela Carini, in her best David, she basically failed. She failed all the Davids out there. The little man supposed to come up triumphant.
She did. She got punched in the mouth. What's the famous quote from
Mike Tyson?
Everybody has a plan till they get punched in the mouth. And I'm paraphrasing, but I'm pretty sure that's pretty accurate and close to the truth or what he said. And she got punched in the face, and her whole demeanor, her whole plan went out. And I don't know if this other young lady is used to be a boy, is a man, is a girl, or
they researched
whatever.
They researched it. Her name is Aman Khalif.
Right.
She's a Algerian, amateur boxer. And, I guess they did test and everything, and not test, I'm sorry. They did a background.
Mm-hmm.
They checked, and, she's actually 100% grade A, female. So,
well, Carini is quoted, and I'm looking at this. This is from CNN Sports. Carini apologized on Friday for her treatment of Khalif. I am sorry for my opponent. If the IOC said she can fight, I respect that decision.
She said,
and I'm quoting here. It wasn't something I intended to do. Actually, I want to apologize to her and everyone else. I was angry because my Olympics had gone up in smoke. So basically, she called her being a man. I mean, she even came out and said, "I've been hit by a man before." Like, I'm not trying to make light, or Larry over here dying on the inside, because I told him, I said, we have to, this is a delicate situation.
I ain't saying
it's a delicate situation. But in light of this new news, because I hadn't read that quote, and this is from 4:56 p.m. yesterday. This was updated. And Larry and I talked about this last night at work. And I hadn't read this article through and through completely yet. But those quotes tell me that young lady did. She just threw that out there and tarnished this young lady's reputation, basically belittled her. And that is not the laughing matter. Like, you got punched in the face. You got your butt whooped.
You got to own that.
You got to take that butt whooping and walk away.
I don't care who it is.
Exactly.
If you signed up, even if it was what you think it was, but wasn't, you got to take it. Well, the
IOC cleared her to fight.
So you got to take it.
And there's all of these reports out there. I've seen Fox Sports and all of these reports saying that she actually failed that gender testing or whatever. Yeah. But again, enlighten me, please, because I'm an educated man, but I like to always learn. And if there's anybody out there watching or listening, please, in the comments, let me know how exactly that works, that you gender, because it's not just a look between your legs type situation, right? Let's be real about it. There has to be an in-depth test that can prove gender. I've never heard of it.
I'm pretty sure it's a background too, extensive.
Well, yeah, I would say they do a background check into your birth certificate,
Make sure
all of that stuff, that you weren't born a male, et cetera, et cetera. But for her to just come out straight up and say things like, "I've been hit by a man before," and first of all, I'm sorry.
You can't. I mean,
I'm sorry that you've been hit by a man before, and that you just released your trauma to the world. But with that said,
that's so I'm wrong on so many levels.
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm really not.
I'm really her. That's something.
Why would you say that?
You don't need now. I mean,
why would you say that?
She had the internet going. That's what happened.
I've been hit by a man before. Like, are you kidding me? Like, so you're telling me that this woman hits like a man? That's all I would say.
You wasn't gonna get no gold from that one.
Nah.
But it's very unfortunate. And she apologized, but sometimes you got to just keep that to yourself. You got to, even if the odds are against you, that's right. That's Olympian. That's what Olympian do. You just well, let me go in here, and if I'm going out, I'm gonna go out swinging, and whoever it is, may the best whoever it is win.
Well, and just to give Khalif her flower, exactly.
Don't cry about it.
You don't cry in the car later. You just don't do that. And to give Khalif her flowers, man, she's an accomplished amateur who won a silver medal in the International Boxing Association's World Championship in 2022. So she's been fighting as a woman her entire life. Mm-hmm. It's not like she just stepped into boxing in the Olympics this year. They were like, all right, we're going to put this man dressed as a woman. It just didn't work that way. But and I'm a little upset that this young lady really did just, basically call her a man just because she's bigger than she is, and she punched her in the mouth, and she forgot everything that she had been taught to fight this woman.
She had to take that knee, but it's because Miss Khalif won, congratulations. What I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She deserved it because IOC okayed her, and if you seen that and oh my God, you intimidated. Shouldn't have did it. You shouldn't
be on the world stage. I'm trying to make sure, ladies and gentlemen, that this fool can't see by proxy. We're about to play this new game I call Can I Stump Larry? For the remainder of the time. Ran out of time for stories. We'll see if we got some time after this. Depends on how long it takes Larry to guess some of these players. So Larry, this is a kind of a guess who type game. I explained to you a little bit of the rules, but to the crowd I'll explain. So I've chosen 3 basketball players from the past, since Larry's an old head, self-proclaimed. I'm not throwing shade, self-proclaimed old head.
I did it. I said it. I am.
So I picked 3 players from, a previous generation of basketball. I'm going to give you clues, but first you're going to guess. You're going to try to guess. And then if you don't guess correctly, I'm going to give you a clue. If you can't guess correctly from there, I'll give you another clue. And then if you can't guess from there, I'll give you one last and final clue. And if you can't find it out from then, I'll just give you the answer because I stumped you. I
know you probably will, man. I get nervous on these things.
He was like, "You didn't tell me there was going to be a test."
I know this is
pop quiz, hot shot.
I'm a bad test.
All right, all right. So, all right, give me. Not yet. Oh, come on, man. You're killing me, Vinny. You're killing me.
Thank you, Vinny. I appreciate it.
It's a good thing that's not the player. All right. So, all right. Give me your first guess. Let's start. Give me your first guess.
So what's the question about?
There's a player. I have chosen a player.
Okay, you chose a player.
Mm-hmm. A basketball player.
Okay.
I'm not giving you a hint yet. It's just a basketball player. You give me a guess on who you think the basketball player is.
Why? Since you're a Nuggets fan, is a Nuggets player?
You don't get to ask questions, bro.
Okay, man.
You just get
that's crazy. It's a lot of players back in the past.
Just choose one. Choose one.
Okay. Michael Cooper.
All right. It is not Michael Cooper, but I will give you a hint. All right. So this player was drafted out of Marshall. He was a first-round, 7th overall pick by the Sacramento Kings. Who am I?
Boogie Cousins?
It is not Boogie Cousins, but that was a good guess. All right. This player averaged 10.5 points, 2.3 rebounds, 5.9 assists, and he did play for 12 years in the league. Who am I? And he was drafted in 1998. I forgot to say that in that first clue. He was drafted in 1998. Sacramento Kings, 7th overall pick.
Okay.
And you can guess in the chat line, too. You can give him hints if you want.
Nope, that's not him. I'm looking. Oh, dang.
Give me a guess.
Thunderberg.
Nope.
Okay.
All right, last and final clue. His nickname. I'll give you a couple of nicknames. The White Shadow and Showtime.
Sacramento.
It's not who Vinny is flashing on the screen.
It's not the White Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
The White Shadow, Showtime. If I give you any more of his nicknames, you'll know exactly who it is.
I know.
All right, so he was drafted out of Marshall, Florida. 7th overall in 1998 by the Sacramento Kings. He played 12 years. He averaged 10.5 points, 2.3 rebounds, 5.9 assists. And his nicknames are the White Shadow and Showtime. Who am I? Give me a guess.
I'm seeing him right now. He plays center. Oh, God, what is his name? Pollard?
It was not Pollard. It is Jason Williams.
White Chocolate.
White Chocolate.
He got drafted by Sacramento?
Uh-huh. First round, 7th pick, 7th overall.
I could have swore he got
1998.
I could have swore he got traded for BB.
Now, there might have been a trade. There might have been a trade, but he was drafted by the Sacramento Kings. We all know how the NBA works. Just like the Nuggets drafted their player, but they didn't draft him. Another team did for them.
Oh, that Kobe Bryant thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I trade.
All right, so I think we got time. How much time we got there, Vinny? 3 more minutes? Nah, we got 2 minutes.
That's messed up.
All right, let's do one more and then hit me with that music, Vinny. Let's do one more. All right, so give me a guess. I'll give you one clue. This player played power forward.
That guy?
Actually, yeah, I guess we better. Let me redo. This person plays point guard.
And you saying like in the past?
Well, I mean, he's actually a current player. Go ahead and play the video. I wanted to rub this in his face. Oh, we need audio.
What are you gonna say? Hi, Larry.
We got no audio. I don't know.
So
Brody.
It was going through before, huh?
It was. All right, technical difficulties.
Nah, it's no technical. Nobody want to hear him.
But the video is basically showing that Brody is in Denver, already working on his game. This is him saying, "What's up" to Denver.
Let's do it.
There we go. Schwackums. Schwackums. All we need him to do is come off the bench and do that.
This guy.
That's all we need right there. Not that one.
That's what you guys gonna get.
Oh, we don't want that one either.
That's what y'all gonna get.
We want this one right here.
Let him shoot. Let him shoot.
And schwackums.
Let him shoot.
All right, that's going to do it for us in this Sportz Phenz show. Don't forget to hit up Vinny at So High Cafe featuring Viper Pit Barbecue. Come on down, give him a call, find him on Facebook. Come on down and get some food. Tell him the Sportz Phenz sent you. We will try to figure out some sort of discount here within the coming weeks.
I'm going to try to get Russell Westbrook on the show.
Hey, that'd be dope. If you could do it, do it.
I'm like, you remember me?
You stupid. All right, well, that's going to do it for us on behalf of the entire staff, myself and Larry Perkins. We will see y'all next week at 2:30, depending on how lazy we are next week.
My daddy know your daddy.
All right, y'all. Peace. We will see you next Sunday.
Adios.